Welcome to the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis' 2014 Regional Economic Outlook. I'm Toby Madden.
And I'm Rob Grunewald. Toby and I are regional economists here at the bank.
Before we look ahead to how the economy will perform in 2014, Rob will take a look back at how the economy performed last year.
In 2013, the district economy generally grew moderately, with the strongest gains in North Dakota, where the state continues a boom in oil and gas drilling and production. District-wide, employment grew 1.6% in 2013 through November, about the same pace as the nation. The strongest job growth occurred in natural resources and mining, largely due to brisk employment gains in oil and gas production in western North Dakota and eastern Montana. Nevertheless, natural resources and mining is a relatively small sector in the district. Outside of natural resources, a broad range of industries posted employment growth. Construction had the next fastest growth, buoyed by growth in home building. The number of housing units authorized increased almost 20% in district states through November 2013 compared with the same period a year earlier. Housing units authorized are at the highest levels since the start of the recession, but are still far behind levels recorded from the early 1990s up to the recession. During 2013, only the government sector posted slight declines in employment. Meanwhile, unemployment rates have dropped across the district during 2013, except for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, where the unemployment rate increased somewhat. In November, the unemployment rate in North Dakota decreased to 2.6%, the lowest in the nation. The Minneapolis Fed's regional models forecast employment growth, unemployment rate, personal income growth, and growth in housing units authorized based on trends in historical, national, and state data. This chart compares the forecast with actual results. As you can see, forecasting is not an exact science. However, for 2013, the model's forecast of 1.9% average employment growth in district states was almost right on. The same is true for the model's unemployment rate predictions. They were very close to actual results, with unemployment rates continuing to drop. Meanwhile, actual results for personal income growth were weaker than predicted.
And now, a look to the future. The outlook for 2014 calls for continued economic expansion across the 9th Federal Reserve District. From Montana through Michigan's Upper Peninsula, growth will occur in personal income and employment according to our statistical model. As you can see from this chart, employment growth will pick up in energy-rich North Dakota and Montana, but employment growth will decelerate in Minnesota, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. However, our statistical model predicts lower unemployment rates all across the district. The low unemployment rate in North Dakota should fall even farther to 2.3% by the end of 2014. Most of the district states have lower unemployment rates than the national average. In addition, faster growth in personal income is forecast all across the district, from a low of 4% growth in Wisconsin to almost 9% in North Dakota. With more income, people can spend and invest more, which creates more economic activity. Besides our statistical models, more evidence of growth comes from our surveys conducted in November and early December. We surveyed over 300 business leaders across the district, and they reported the most optimism in 7 years. They expect to increase sales and prices in 2014, and also spend more on capital investment and hire more employees. This positive outlook is broad-based as manufacturers, construction companies, retailers, professional service firms all expect growth for their operations. They also expect growth across all geographic areas of the district. Meanwhile, business leaders expect increases in home building for their communities. Also, and in conjunction with the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development, we surveyed almost 500 manufacturers. They are also more optimistic as they expect growth in new orders, production, and prices. To handle this increase in production, they plan to add employees, invest in capital equipment, and be more productive. They expect this to lead to more profits.
So overall, it looks like the district economy should expand in 2014. For a more detailed analysis, please pick up the January Fed Gazette, which you can find on our website, minneapolisfed.org. Thanks for watching.